People who are successful don't need tombstones. The reason why we need tombstones is because we were so useless on earth that wherever they planted us, they have to mark the spot to remind us that you used to be here. I want to challenge you from this day forward, and I believe I was sent here from my country to tell you to live in such a way from this point on that you wouldn't need a tombstone. Everybody say legacy. I want to begin with a statement that may shock you, and that is Jesus Christ never built a building. You know, most of us in our leadership passion, we believe that if we can build structures, that they will become our legacy. But I remember when I went to visit Haiti after the earthquake, and I saw a 160-year-old city collapsed in rubble. I walked away with an awareness that your legacy should never be in buildings. Jesus never built a building. I want to talk about building a legacy for the next generation, how to secure your future. Jesus never built a building. Do you know why? Because he built people. People outlast buildings. He focused on selecting a few people and poured his life into them. Write this down, please. The greatest investment in life is in people. One of the things that attracted me to Dr. Morriscerullo, being born in a country where I was born under the oppression of colonialism. Like some of you, we were colonized by an empire. We were considered second-class citizens in our own country. And similar to apartheid, we were considered not equal to those who oppressed us. Matter of fact, 4% of our population controlled 90% of all the wealth. And one of the things I noticed is that they never taught us to be leaders. As a matter of fact, they taught us to be dependent. This is very serious. And this is why most people from Africa and Asia, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, who were former colonies, have difficulty accepting power. They don't know what to do with leadership. That's why they abuse it. They are not taught to be leaders. And so they have a spirit of intimidation, fear. They apologize for being successful. They are afraid to succeed because they were taught to be falsely humble. What attracted me to Dr. Morriscerullo years ago, before he even knew me, was when I read one of his magazines, and he said, "The Lord told me to raise up an army in the nations of Africa, South America, and throughout the world, whose work would exceed mine." That was new to me. Because most missionaries that came to our countries did not expect us to take over. They expected us to constantly look to them and depend on them. And here was a man wanting to work himself out of a job by raising up the natives to take charge of their own destiny. This is a divine mandate, and he deserves a hand for that. You know, most great missionaries that come to our countries, they love to have us almost worship them. And they hide information from us so that there's a spirit of awe around them. But this man decided, I'm going to train people. I'm going to teach them what I know. I'm going to teach them how to cast out demons themselves, how to preach the word themselves, how to become leaders themselves. This is a spirit of legacy. Write this down, please. We build buildings to build people. You shouldn't build a building to put your name on it. Every building you build should produce people who are leaders. Leadership is a relay, not a sprint. You know, when you run a relay, the most important part of a relay is not running. The most important part of a relay is passing the baton. No matter how fast you run, no matter how many people you exceed in running, if you drop the baton during the passing, you are disqualified, and everybody else is disqualified. In other words, the most important part of a race is not running, it's passing. Dr. Morriscerullo feels right now a consciousness that I must be passing now the baton. I want to show you something. Can you come here, my beloved? I want to show you how you're supposed to run in leadership. Turn around, face that way. Now, when there's a relay race, there are usually 4 runners. And the first runner runs out of the block. You put your hand back like this, but you never look back. Because if you look back, you can waste time. So the runner who's supposed to take the baton puts his hand back, but never looks back. Why? He expects to receive. You know, there's some young people in your church who've been running that way for the last 3 years, and you wouldn't transfer. Uh-oh, getting quiet now. And they are running with the expectation that you will transfer to them. Now, if you transfer, some people let you hold it, but they won't let it go either. So you got to drag them, wait, all this weight they got to drag. Don't look now, but that's the person sitting right next to you. You wouldn't give up the leadership. Jesus said, "It is better for you that I go. Because if I don't go, you won't take the next leg." One last thing I want to show you. Once I give him the baton and he runs, when it's all over, no one person wins. Come on, clap your hands louder than that.